Hello, and welcome to another Contemplative Living, where we bring concepts to bring contemplation or contemplative living into our everyday lives. You know, Spirit once said to me, or I was having this conversation with Spirit. Okay, every morning I have my morning ritual where it's my practice, my morning practice, where I get up and I find myself giving thanks and doing my gratitudes, and then going into that stillness, and then starting a contemplative conversation with the divine, and opening up my mind to that contemplative space. And one time I said to Spirit, I feel my whole life is a prayer, a walking, living prayer of love and being present. And that conversation expanded, and it expanded into this space that sometimes is called the mind nature. And that's what we're going to explore today. We're going to dive deep into mind nature. So let's get to it. Welcome to Contemplative Living, where we view contemplations for the week to have a better understanding of our spiritual paths. This is Contemplative Living with Dave Bennett, contemplations and reflective meditations. Okay, well, I see in the chat we've got Parkview Street, and yes, you're right. It is a terrible anniversary day, and our condolences go out to everyone in that community. So, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. So today we're going to talk about mind nature. So. We've all touched it. We've all touched it. And maybe we didn't know what it was that we were touching. But that sudden inspiration, that sudden knowing that comes to us periodically, that is the beginning, just the beginning of touching mind nature. So mind is the mental activity, the coming and going of thoughts, feelings, and sensations. So that's our mental activity. And that's where we spend a lot of our time. That's where we spend most of our time because, we have stuff to do. We have things to work out. We have places to go, and we need to be present in our daily reality. And we use our mental cognitive skills to navigate most of our life. But mind nature is the clear, open knowing where thoughts, feelings, and understandings arise. So, just like I was saying at the beginning, where I go into my practice, where I go into my stillness and start to have that conversation with my higher consciousness, the divine nature that resides within each and every one of us, then there's this expansive knowing where spirit begins to commune and begins to open up and be a part of who we are. And so find your awareness free from thoughts and movement. It has no sense of inside or outside, and is utterly clear and transparent. When you reach that silent space that resides within each and every one of us, it's beyond the mind. It's beyond that thinking part of us. It becomes a connection to our higher consciousness. And you experience a peace that is vibrant, It's awake, infinitely deep, and imbued with a quiet joy that knows no limit. And we bring that joy into that expansive state, and we live with it, and we nurture it. Now, the mind nature really doesn't require any nurturing because it's always there. It's up to us, our responsibility, to connect to that higher sense, to the divine. And that's the secret of delving deeper into mind nature. So mind nature is when the conceptual mind drops away, either through devotion, practice, or just simply by chance. When I say simply by chance, I mean, we've all had those moments where suddenly we have this inspiration that carries us forward. It tells us what direction to move, where to go, who to be. And when we're in that authentic space, we're not thinking, we're just knowing. We've all had episodes of just simply knowing. And that is the essence of mind nature instead of just our mind. So I'm trying to be clear here, and this is kind of a deeper dive than I normally make on a Sunday morning, but I really want you to understand that this is available. It's available to all of us. And so letting go of the conceptual mind may require a practice at first. And it requires some discipline in a practice of meditation, of stillness, of finding that quiet, loving space. And so that's why many times you step into this state through devotion and practice. But it does happen by chance too, because sometimes the universe really, really wants us to move in a certain direction. And so it will overcome our mental activity, our cognitive functions, our worry and our fears, and instill or imbue a seed of knowing. And that's our mind nature. So mind nature is simply there. It's simply there, like space. And it's so profound that it acquires its own momentum. And that momentum carries you into expansive knowing. In that expansive state is where you can commune with the divine. It's where everything is available to you. Knowledge is available to you. And we all have the ability to go there. So, wrong button. So, I hope that you take the time to develop your practice so that you can enter into that stillness. Now, we're not trying to find, total bliss or anything like that. We're just trying to quiet our mind, the mental activity, those cognitive thoughts that are constantly streaming in and out. And during the development of our practice, it's normal to have those thoughts come in and go out. But to continue to focus on whatever you use as your vehicle, if it's your breath, if it's your heartbeat, if it's just listening to some quiet music that quiets your mind, allow that to then expand. It's a natural process, and you'll fall on it just by the practice of finding stillness. You fall into that expansive nature of the mind nature. All right? I hope you have a blessed week. I hope you find some peace and some solitude in your life, and you're able to bring it into your daily activities and into your decision making and the way that you live your life. Namaste.